Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Well, it's Monday and it's time to do a preview of what we're going to do this week in the shop, some of the things that I'll be working on, and some of the products I'll be reviewing, interestingly enough. It includes West Coast flea market finds from Scott, so stay tuned. First one was actually a drop-off. It happened, well, the other day, so I figured maybe I would start with that one. This is a Daiwa Saltiga 15H. It's a nice reel being used in salt water. It's got a 6.4 to 1 gear ratio on it, a narrow spool. And the owner tells me, well, this has got a lot of slop in it, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. It is working, but when you get here, he said, well, I don't know what's going on, but it's not as crisp as it should be. There's a little mechanism in here. It's spring-driven. It may be a broken spring. I don't know. We're going to take it apart. We're going to service the reel for him, and well, we're going to see what's causing this issue here. Well, if you like the art of fishing reel service and repair, if you like to learn about some fishing reels, if you like to see how they are serviced, or if you're just curious about fishing in general, well, I try to cover all of those topics. And if you like, well, please subscribe. And if you do subscribe, you're going to see a whole bunch of videos posted on all kinds of things: saltwater, freshwater, conventional spinning, bait casting, even some spin casters in there. So I would encourage you to subscribe, and I thank everybody who has subscribed as we've just passed the 29,000 subscription mark. Well, one more that's gotten mailed in before we go to those West Coast flea market fishing reel finds. This one comes from Peter in Texas. And as I've mentioned before, I am somewhat envious of the folks that can paper wrap their reels. I never was good with paper and wrapping. Let's see what he's sending in. Well, it says we have a reel. Always good. Looks to be an early ambassador. It is. Looks to be one that's been stored or found at a flea market or something. There's an incredible amount of dirt on this one. It's not working. That's always never a good thing. However, when you turn the spool, the handle does turn. So that's encouraging. Oh my gosh. So what is that about the squeaky gear gets the oil, or a wheel gets the oil? In this case, it's reel with an R, not a WH. Now we're going to take care of that for Peter. We're going to make sure that that gets serviced, cleaned, restored, and out there fishing again. Well, let's go to Scott's Flea Market Finds. I know everybody's probably been waiting around for that, so let's see what he's brought to the table this time. Scott is in Southern California, for those of you that are new to the channel. He has some wonderful flea market finds, and he's been kind enough to let me service the reels for him as we try to bring these back and give them a second chance. So he's got 3 reels right now. Well, we just did one of these, a version of it. This is in beautiful condition. This is the Bantam Magnum Light Graphite and Graphite by Shimano. This one seems to be working nicely. And I'll be happy to do another video on that one. It's the HXS, which says extra high speed. Wow, so what is the gear ratio on that? Wow, that's a little bit of a telling sign for the times. An extra high-speed reel in this day, probably the 1990s, was 5.1 to 1. Wow. Now, of course, we're seeing reels in the 8 and 9 and more. Well, here's a holy grail. Okay, this one is the Monofill 26 in green. Let me set that aside for a second. Here is what a normal monofill looks like. It just happens to be laying on my desk here. This is the Monofill 26, I think. Yeah, this is the 26. The monofill reels were based on the Beachmaster series, which had the black side plates. The notion of monofill was right at the time that monofilament was being introduced, and a They claimed that it was more friendly. It didn't have as much warping of the spools and the like. And, well, let's get back to this holy grail here. Scott has found himself a treasure. I'm not sure what he paid for this, but this reel, it goes in the hundreds of dollars now. What happened was Penn would make a very special series of colored reels. This one obviously is this green coloring. They were not generally sold in retail. They were sold to commercial boat captains, charter boat captains and the like. Why did they do that? The commercial captains, the charter boat captains and the like were having problems with customers walking off with the rental rod and reels. Well, this is an easy way to identify that this reel is yours. Nobody could purchase it in retail. It had a bright and unusual coloring to it. And, well, that was the sole purpose of Penn doing that. So this one is a rare reel. I'm glad that Scott found it. We're certainly going to make sure that it's good mechanically. It does have some incidences of corrosion on it. Still, that won't compromise its worth that much because it's, well, it's just incredibly rare. And here's the other one here is a Triton. I think he was telling me he had some issues with this one, the TLD-15. I may have worked on this reel. It may not be holding. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to go back and check. It seems like it's working okay. Oh, there you go. Nope, that's not it. All right, well, we're going to take a look. Scott usually gives me a note in here. I haven't read his note, but 3 flea market finds. We'll assume this is a flea market find at the moment, and we'll see what we can do on that one. But wow, it's a couple of beautiful reels from Scott. Well, let's show you 2 other things I intend to do as videos, and well, we'll see what they're all about here. First one up is a Cast King reel. I'm going to do a product review on this one. This one is a beauty, and I like it just as it is. Look at the care that was taken in how they mount this reel into the box before it's even used. This is a 3000, and I think it's called Elite. Yeah, the 3000 Elite size reel. It's a beauty, and we're going to take this out of the box. We'll do an unboxing. We'll kind of go into the specs on that reel, and well, we'll see what we can do along that lines. Again, if you'd like to see the videos that we're going to do on these, please put those, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so that you are aware of when they are posted, and then, well, we'll see where it goes from there. Well, sometimes I'm just one of these people that just buys something. I was actually looking for a bearing puller, and this was on Amazon. Nobody sent me this. I bought it. It's a Jujubee. I love the way some of these products are named. It's 11-in-1 fishing reel maintenance tool repair kit. Well, I was looking for this piece over here, the pin pusher, but it all comes, and well, we'll do an unboxing of this, but it says it's got a lot of stuff in this one. It was relatively inexpensive. A fishing bag, a tool bag, a pin remover, multifunction wrench, screwdriver, a bearing direction rod. I guess that means you can test your bearings. Not quite sure what a crochet is. Elbow tweezers, cleaning brush, cleaning towel, cotton swabs, and a greeting card and a poster. Well, wonderful. I got it all. And I don't think it was that expensive. Again, I was looking for this tool, but when I saw the whole kit came available, I thought, what in the world, go buy it, and maybe we'll do a product review on that for you. So it looks like an interesting week. We've got some nice reels that have come in from Scott. We've got some modern reels. We've got some vintage reels. Got a little bit of everything going on there, and I just can't wait to get started on that one. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And well, this is the reel I was thinking about. I said a Magnum Light. It's not. This is the Bantam Crestfire that I just did, and very similar, but I'll do that Magnum Light for Scott as well. Okay, well, if you're a first responder, or your police, fire, rescue, safety, and the like, thank you. I appreciate your dedication to task and to keeping us all safe. I want to wish everybody a great week. If you have the time, please watch the videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I will try to respond to them for you. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, wishing everybody a great day.